We have Nottingham Lions coach here, Matt Bradbury. Matt, disappointing result, but a great start from the Lions, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were talking about changing our habits, and obviously that was a huge change of a habit by taking the lead. But our habits of actually making sure we try and get the puck deeper and shoot the puck a lot more throughout the game, and just try and put a bit more offense to take us off a bit of pressure, at the back end. And I think we probably, it wasn't in the script to happen. I looked along the bench and Lobby was like having a bit of a giggle to himself, you could see. But with patience and time and experience and the depth of squad they got, of course they were always going to get it back and always going to go ahead. But we look about the time when we actually conceded the first goal at 10 minutes, so really pleased with that. And then just a couple of losses of attention to detail, and then before you know it, you turned it on and you're going into a 3-1 loss in the first period. But for us, we were really pleased with how the first period went. I thought at times we looked a lot more composed. Obviously our shape was good, but there was a lot more positivity in the defensive zone. And I thought when we came out in the second period, I thought we were strong and we didn't concede a goal again early. But what we did was we were a bit more negative. We weren't as strong on the puck and we weren't as positive with the puck in our defensive zone. So we were coughing the puck up quite a lot. So that was a bit disappointing. And then obviously we conceded another 3 goals, and we've got a habit of conceding short-handed goals, which again is always disappointing. We don't tend to step up. We tend to use sometimes the power play as a bit of a breather, I think, sometimes, rather than actually stepping our game up. And obviously, we're playing against some big, strong men. And tonight with our youth, our average age is 17, and I'm really pleased that how our boys performed for the whole game. Disappointing with the scoreline because it makes it look really bad, but the effort was there, and you saw the support from the Warriors fans at the end. There was a little bit of joking and a bit of stuff between obviously the Warriors and the Stars, and they really got behind the boys, and I think that really is appreciated with a long trip home and a young bunch, and we've got a lot to build on. There's things working on in training and stuff, and it's the long-term aims. We're doing okay, but it can be quite hard to take at times.
Yeah, I can imagine, and I mean, yeah, some positives to take. I mean, after getting that early lead for 10 minutes, you kept the Warriors off the scoreboard and made it quite difficult to break down. And as you said, the defensive play, absolutely spot on at times.
That's it. I mean, we're playing obviously in a smaller rink. I think when we play on the bigger rink, it's obviously our teams have got a bit more space to play against us. So sometimes it's a bit of a disadvantage. But then, I thought we reacted quite well. And obviously, Bo Water, we managed to get him in at the last minute. So he had a great performance, and everyone stood quite firm in front of him. And obviously, as the game progressed, he progressively got a bit more tired. We also wanted to give a chance to our 17-year-old netminder, Luca. It was a case of like when do we get him in there? And sometimes is it a bit too long? But he got a good 7 minutes at the end. Yeah, he picked the puck out the back of the net probably 3 times, I think. But again, there's things that we can take away, and we can work with him to actually say, I think we thought, I'm no netminder myself, but he sat a bit deep in his net, and there's times when he could actually probably just stand up a little bit more because making himself a bit bigger and a bit taller. So there's lots for us to take away, lots of positives and lots of things we can feed back for. So, we're on the road again next week in Billingham. We know it's going to be tough. We know they took a bit of a thumping here at Christmas. So we could get a bit of a backlash, but and I think they lost last night to Sutton as well. So it's going to be tough, and they're down with us at the bottom end of the table, with us, Blackburn and Billingham. And we just want to try and chip away and see if we can get something between now and the end of the season, and take as many positives, and then learn again in time for the next season. I know we're only in January. We won't be making the playoffs. We've made the Cup semi-final, Midlands Cups, by obviously a couple of wins against Widnes. So lots of positives to take. And it's how we just keep soldiering on, keeping our focus, and any support we get from any teams around, especially tonight, was gratefully received. And to bump it on even more, the boys were all excited because we knew that ticket that got drawn out was a 50-50 winning ticket because we bought them. So one of the boys is walking away with about 160 quid in his back pocket, so that's the only payday he's getting this season.
Well, that's great for him, obviously. And talking of support, I think if you got any points off Billingham next week, you'd have the whole of his rink behind you.
Yeah, thanks. We'd appreciate that. So any support you can give. And good luck for the rest of the season. Great setup here in Whitley Bay with the team. Lobby's got them playing well. Great guy behind the scenes with Paul Matthews. Helen, and all the work that you guys do is paying off. And good luck for the rest of the season as well.
And likewise to you, Matt. Thank you very much.